Are you worried about whether you can properly defend yourself or your family? Welcome, everyone. I'm Tim, the founder of the Krav Maga Survival Academy. And in today's video, we've got you covered. We're going to teach you a range of techniques that could save your life and the lives of your loved ones. Stay tuned. Stay to the end because I got a bonus technique for you. So let's take a real quick look at some of the foundations of Krav Maga. One of the two things that we'll talk about is live side and dead side. So if he has a punt, he has his arm out like this. So basically, the live side would be me coming straight into his punches, right into the live side of his body, where he can freely hit, grab, or punch me or anything. So the dead side would be me coming off outline. I'm on his dead side now. He can still hit me, turn around and hit me or whatever, but not easily accessible to him. So you'll hear these terms as we talk through. This training is live side versus dead side. All right, we're going to talk about the flinch block now. The flinch block's pretty much ingrained to you instinctually already in your body. You take the flinch block, you get scared, you get nervous, you automatically flinch. So in Krav Maga, we kind of capitalized on that technique and we've turned it into a defense. So for example, a hood here is going to punch at me in the side of the face. I just come up, it's nothing pretty. We're just going to come up with a nice flinch block. As he's coming in, I don't want to stand here and let him come to me like that and take me off guard, knock me off my feet. So at this point, I want to meet his punch. I want to step into him. As he's coming up, I'm stepping into him. Once again, I'm stepping into him. And at that point, we can counter, which we'll show later, we can counter some different strikes all along the way. Okay, when dealing with chokes, it may sound kind of counterproductive to some people, but when somebody's choking you, it's always safer for them to have two hands on you versus having one hand on you. If the attacker has two hands on me, obviously I know where both hands are. Both hands are right here on my neck. He's not reaching for a gun or a knife. Now, if he has one hand on me, like we talked about in the wrist grab, now what is he doing back here? He's got a gun, he's got a knife, is he trying to punch me in the side of the head? So when we're dealing with chokes, it's always safer for you to knowing what's going on if they have two hands on you versus having one hand on you.
Alright, so now we're going to talk about a scenario that if you're in some area and somebody come and try to choke you with both hands from the front of you. So they're coming to your life side and they're trying to choke you. In this scenario, all you got to do is raise your hand up to the sky like a John Travolta motion and rotate your body, take your elbow down, and from here you can strike them with your elbow and push away from the danger. Again, if somebody comes and choke you from the front, you can go up, down, strike, push away. And that's how you escape from a two-hand choke to the front of your body. Okay, so another option when somebody comes to choke you from the front is to actually take control of the situation and cause a little bit of damage. In this case, somebody is approaching and choking you. What are you going to do? You're going to raise your arm up, grab his wrist or the attacker's wrist, rotate your body while shooting your hand straight to his nose. So again, if somebody's coming and you're shooting your hand up, you're creating damage to the front of the face, and that way you can escape from the attack. So in this scenario, we're actually going to have somebody choke you from the front, but when you are facing, or when your back is faced to the wall. So you have an attacker, you are facing the back to the wall, and somebody's coming and choking you. Okay? So you're going to be the attacker. We're going to use the situation, the same move as we did before with the front choke, just with my back to the... So I'm going to raise up my hand, rotate, hold his hands, strike, push away. Same move again. Somebody's attacking me. I'm going to grab his wrist while shooting my hand to his face and push away. And that's how you get away from front choke with your back to the wall.
All right, at this point, now we've talked about attacks to the front of our body, done some punch defenses and chokes to the front. Now we're going to talk about one of the most dangerous chokes that you can encounter, simply because it's coming from behind you. You don't know who's choking you. You don't know who's back there. Is there 2, 3, 4 guys? Are they back there with guns or weapons? So obviously this is when we're taken off guard by this technique. Maybe obviously I'm here doing this like everybody else does. I'm texting or something, not paying attention, or putting some packages into a car, and obviously here comes the choke from behind. So as he comes around, this is basically he's trying to do a rear naked choke on me, kind of cut my air supply off, choke me out, or drag me from point A to point B. As soon as he comes around, as you can see, I'm grabbing his neck, I'm tucking my chin down, grabbing his hand, trying to eliminate him from getting the full rear naked choke on. So as I come down here, I'm grabbing, tucking my chin, I'm going to slide my hips to the side, taking my free hand, striking the stomach, hammer fist into the groin, whatever it may be. Just I'm trying to get some kind of damage created. As he does that, I'm going to slip under, and I'm going to push away from him. So again, he comes around, tuck my chin, grab the arm, twist, hit, tuck under, push away. So there's 3 different steps to this. Tuck the chin, grab the arm, and then tuck under.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about kind of the same situation as a rear naked choke, but if somebody comes behind you and trying to choke you with his bare hands. So we're doing pretty much the same movement as before. Somebody's coming behind me, trying to choke. I'm tucking my chin, I'm rotating my body to the side. In that case, I have control. I can palm strike to the face and push away from the danger. Another option that we talked before, if somebody's coming and choking you, is tucking my chin while grabbing his weak part of the hand, his thumb, peeling away, pushing the danger away from you. And that's how you can avoid being choked from the back.
Okay, we're going to talk about now where maybe somebody's came up to us and we've had a conversation or a little conflict with somebody, and we have the verbal exchange, and at that point all the talks are off and they lay hands on us. So they basically grab what we call a same site wrist grab. At this point all talks are off. He's now laid hands on me, whether it may be one to pull me from point A to point B, or stab or punch. The thing we got to worry about here now, he's got one hand on my wrist, the other hand he could be punching, he could be reaching for a knife behind his back, wherever it may be. So as soon as he grabs me, I want to take action. There's 1 or 2 things. I believe most people's been bowling, so there's a couple different options. Maybe we can just go straight to the groin, or we can go the meaty part of our hand here. We can go straight to the nose. Whatever it may be, there's 2 options. Whatever you find more fitting. You strike here, the girl come down, like we're clapping here. At that point, I'm pulling outward. I don't want to turn my back and run at this point. We want to keep a good distance, I'm here, boom, I'm backing up. At this point, I'm seeing what he's doing. At this point, I'm saying I don't want no more trouble. And then once I see the scene safe, I can take off. And we'll talk all along the way about various different things if I'm by myself or if I'm with my family or somebody. Obviously, I don't want to take off running with my family. All right, so now we've talked about the same side wrist grab, and now maybe they're reaching across their body and grab us the same side wrist grab. At this point, they're obviously they can still punch us or stab us or whatever, but it's not going to be as hard or as likely. So I want to talk real quick about the live side and the dead side. So at this point, if I'm stepping out this way, obviously this is his dead side of his body because he's harder to hit me from that point versus me, stepping right into his right into the live side where he can hit and stab me easier. So at this point, as soon as he grabs me, once again, I want to take action right away. He grabs me. I'm going to kind of turn my wrist upward, and slant so his arms pretty much parallel with my chest here. At this point, I'm pushing straight off. So he grabs me again. I'm coming here. As soon as he grabs me, I'm here, and I'm pushing forward like I'm walking right into you. So here, and pushing right into you. So at this point now, I've not created in Krav Maga what we call damage. I've not created any damage to him. I've not struck him. I've not done any punches or kicks or anything to him. So as he comes here, and I go here. Now he's 100% still, but he still has to come around. But as he's come around, I can be backing up here. At that point, I'm backing up. So we've got to take into account what's his next objective. He's still at 100%. He's still mad, and he's still amped on whatever he is. So. We did some defenses against empty hand defenses. Now we're going to start talking about weapon defenses. We're going to start out with talking about knife defenses, defense against edged weapons. So we have a knife. It would be maybe a boot knife here, whatever it may be. So at this point, this knife would be sharp all the way around. Both sides have a point on the end. So dealing with knives is a lot more dangerous than dealing with guns anytime. Because this knife, you have an experienced knife fighter or experienced person with a knife. They'll stab you, they'll slice you, they'll do all kinds of stuff. Dealing with this, a knife can be stabbed, all various different. With a gun, somebody's pointing a gun at you, you deflect the line of fire. You're basically a little safer. So at this point, we need to talk about the difference between what this knife threat versus a knife attack. So the knife threat is somebody coming up threatening you or your family with a knife with deadly harm. As far as wanting to rob you, kidnap you, or whatever it may be. So in actual knife attack is just what it says. They're coming in, stabbing at you as they're attacking with the knife. So any time you're presented with an attack, I know you don't have a choice what somebody's going to attack you with, but much better chances of survival with a gun versus a knife. In the real world, we're not Chuck Norris or anything like that. In the real world, you're probably going to get cut or stabbed. You just want to try to prevent where you want to get stabbed at. You don't want to get cut on the inside of the arms, inside of the legs, or any puncture wounds. You want to try to prevent that as you defend yourself versus the knife.
If you love this video, you're going to love these videos as well. See you in the next video.